All right, I'm gonna talk about this Diddy documentary, and I'm gonna try to do my best job to do this quick. But you know, I'm a yapper. I'm also going to talk about the abuse. I'm going to talk about all of that type of stuff. If this triggers you, please skip my video. Okay, I'm not going to lose any sleep about this. I don't want to trigger nobody. Diddy and Andre Harrell's relationship, I did not know the depths of it. I've always knew he worked there, Uptown, and all that type of stuff. I didn't know how close they were. I've always heard rumors that they might have had a thing together. I believe it way more after watching this documentary because after that basketball game where all of those people died, which I've always known about the basketball game, I never really put how serious it was until seeing the visuals. Seeing the visuals of all of those dead bodies like being covered up with the white like covering and all that type of stuff. That is insane that he was able to keep his job, and it's insane that he did not get jail time or nothing. Nothing for that. When you host an event, you are usually liable for everything bad and all the stuff. So that is insane. That is insane. So yeah, that is a little weird. And also, that Andre Harrell documentary needs to be coming. I know he's no longer here. It needs to come. All of the shit that Diddy learned is from Andre. How to manipulate artists, how to exploit artists. Like he learned it from the master himself, and Andre probably learned it from other people because this was going down forever since the music industry was a thing. Motown was doing it too. I know we love Motown, they was doing it too. This ain't new. I also found it weird that he always went after people's girls. He always went after people's girls, whether it's Kim Porter, Misa Hilton, or whatever her name is. Like all his baby mamas, really, he always went after people's girls. I know somebody who used to do stuff like that. Like they go follow the girl that you were like talking to, and all of a sudden, like they're like hanging out with her and like stuff like that. I know somebody who does that. They still do that because they lame as hell. I ain't gonna mention their name, but they lame as hell. I'm gonna talk about the Shine situation. Shine has talked enough about it. We already knew his feelings towards it. You know, I don't need to talk about it. Shine has talked about it enough. He had talked about it enough. You know what I'm saying? I knew about this incident. Like I've heard the bodyguards talk about how Diddy tried to get them to take the charge and all this and offered money. We've heard this before. You know, this ain't new. I will say the documentary did a great job of getting their message across of Diddy's involvement with Tupac and Biggie, the East Coast West Coast beef, which was really a Diddy versus Suge beef. And honestly, ego is like the reason why we don't have Tupac and Biggie, and that is so sad. We lost so many people because of that beef between Diddy and Suge. All ego driven. All ego driven. One person who had no problem being a gangster for everybody to see, and we had somebody who was behind the scenes gangster and put on this fake persona for the whole world to see. His ego is why we no longer have Biggie. His relationships with them gangsters out in the West is why we no longer have Tupac. Keefy D, he been telling the same story for years now. He trying to switch it up now that he about to get the murder charges. He been talking about this openly for so long. At this point, it's like, bro, did you want to get caught? Did you want to get caught? I heard that tape so long ago. It is crazy with the context that we have now in 2025. It is crazy also how the documentary put that shit together. They need a handshake. Whoever did that, they need a coochie. They need a let me stop. They did a good job though. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now let's talk about the abuse. This man was so abusive. He's always been abusive. There's reports that he hit his mama. There's reports that he hit every woman. They said he beat Misa Hilton. I hope I'm saying her name right. You know, I hope they said he beat her in public. They all saw it. They didn't do nothing. What? Whole bunch of cowards. Whole bunch of cowards. Like all of these bodyguards and everybody who are like now coming on and doing interviews because it's the perfect time for them to capitalize off of it. I don't respect them. I think very little of them because that is some bitch shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all could have stopped it, but now y'all out here like talking. I don't respect y'all. Like the freak offs and all that type of stuff. What he was doing to Cassie. Yo, That's crazy. Because I wasn't one of the people like when the news was coming out about the freak offs. I didn't really care about that shit. I didn't want to hear about that. I think that people were going to focus on the wrong stuff, and they were when it was like, oh, Diddy might be gay and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't care. I care about people being sexually abused. I care about people being drugged. I care about that stuff. Let's focus on that. And people were ignoring that, so I said, "Oh, this is bigger than me." They're not focusing on the real shit that matters. And like people who be like, "Oh, if Diddy was so bad, then why did Cassie stay?" What? We saw a video of her trying to leave. We saw it, and he beat her. And he did this multiple times. This wasn't the first time. What are we talking about? He beat her, dragged her. What are we talking about? The situation with Lil Rod, he was the perfect person in this documentary, and they saved him for last, and that was good. That was good. First of all, I don't know how Diddy and his son got away with. Well, we know how, but they basically shot a man and tried to kill that dude and was gonna let him bleed out. They were gonna let him bleed out. That man has never been seen again. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's all documented, mind you. It's all documented. Like, and then Lil Rod documented like the voicemails and all that type of stuff. And it shows you how manipulative Diddy is. He is a narcissist. He is a narcissist. Y'all be throwing that word around. That is Diddy. Those voicemails, it's just like, yo, you are really like ain't shit. You are a narcissist. Like he and then he took advantage of him. He was drugging everybody. Everybody. And I know people be like, Diddy parties are fun. You just gotta leave by a certain time. Yeah. Okay. But still, if that was a rumor in Hollywood, like, oh, he's doing all these things for years and nobody did anything, nobody did anything, that's crazy to me. They shot somebody. Nothing happened. Do you think this is the first time? No. His son ain't shit. His son ain't shit. Diddy's ego is so big that he was like filming all of this and he just like thought he was just gonna get off. He just thought he was gonna get off. And what his plan was like, oh, I'm gonna get off and then I'm going to like sell this documentary to people on how they try to get me down and stuff like that. Like they not gonna get me. He was setting up interviews and all type of shit because he thought he was gonna get out. And talking about filming, why are you filming all of this? Why are you filming all of this? Diddy, what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, there's a lot wrong with you. But why are you filming this stuff? I don't understand it. All these people who are doing all these crimes, where it's Diddy, Epstein, they documented everything. And that is so weird to me. I don't understand why they documented all of this stuff. They just thought they never would get caught. I'm going to save this last minute and some change for the jurors. The two that were on the screen. Y'all have to be some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. Ever. She got on there, was like, oh, why was she so emotional? Diddy's like former manager or whatever. Not manager, whatever she was. Secretary, assistant, whatever she was. She was so emotional. She got kidnapped. And she was about to be unalived. I would be emotional telling the story too. What? Then old boy saying like about Cassie, she could have left, and then why she come back if the abuse was so bad and stuff like that. Like what? What? Oh my gosh. I wanted to punch the screen when that happened. When he said that, I wanted to punch the screen because what the hell are you talking about? She tried to leave, number one. And also, she's a victim. She's a victim. They did point out he's not on a trial for domestic abuse. And that is true. But that also can help you in understanding the fucking patterns of this man. I think they were enamored by him. I think his celebrity, he wowed them. That's what I think. I think that's what happened. This man should be in jail for the rest of his life. The fact that he might get out one day is insane. Those jurors, though, were some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen on screen. I got more I want to say, but I'm about 10 minutes now, so Yeah.